Now, this particular module will define your success or failure. Managing expectations is one of the most crucial steps that you will have to do because it involves people and what they expect from you. There are three types that you will have to manage. The first one is your product features and capabilities. If you lie about what your product does and overhype it, one of the most common examples that I see is everybody saying this is AI, artificial intelligence, when there is no artificial intelligence anywhere in their product. Those kinds of things actually erode your capability and your credibility as a product manager. If you are setting up false expectations about your product, maybe you will get that initial sale, but sooner or later, people are going to find out that this is nothing but a scam. So avoid scamming anyone. Hyping is one thing, but outright lies on your product will obliterate your reputation as a product manager, and more so for the product and the company that you represent. So please avoid doing that at all cases. The second thing is more nuanced because you'll have to manage expectations regarding releases of your product when they release. So the aspect is of time. When it comes to time, assess how much time does it take for you to release your products efficiently. Talk to the actual people who are building it. That means you will have to be in good communication instead with your engineers. Talk to them, make sure that you consult the people who are building, understand the variables, and anticipate for all the delays that might come through, and give a fair estimate to your clients. Over time, you will get better at this because with experience, you'll know what to anticipate in your particular product domain. There are various different things that affect different industries, so you will have a bit better gauge each and every single time that you release. But be honest and be transparent. A quick tip over here: if something is going wrong and you will experience delay, communicate that ahead of time, as you know, with your clients. That will actually increase your capability and your credibility. The main thing to note over here is honesty and transparency are always great, and they increase your credibility with people around. They will trust you more, and that will translate into more stickiness and adoption for your product. The last thing, the third aspect, is going to be on cost. When you manage your expectations on cost, this is the most sensitive of them all, because budgets are the most crucial factors that goes into any kind of money making decisions. So budget appropriately. This is more pertinent if you're dealing with like external clients and building something for them, for which you're charging. So make sure that your budgets are communicated, and the cost that you actually communicate to your client, you deliver on that promise. Overcharging and consistently increasing the scope of the budget from your end when the requirements have not changed is going to be detrimental to your reputation and repeat business. So please avoid that. Now, I know this last particular segment on cost will not be as much applicable if you are working as a product manager internally within a company and most of your clients are other departments within the same company. But even then, when I say cost, there are different kinds of costs as well. Everything is not monetary. So it might be resource costs or the time that is taken into account of your engineers and your development team and support staff. So make sure that you manage your expectations accordingly. A good rule of thumb is to underpromise and overdeliver. Now, what do I mean by that? Underpromise in terms of what you can deliver, and if you actually over deliver on it, it's a bonus for the client. That always improves your credibility and your reputation of always over delivering. Now that doesn't mean that you drastically underestimate what your value is. It's always a balance, so it's more of an art than a science. But the good rule of thumb is under promise and over deliver. A good example of this is in the auto industry. In the auto industry, a lot of the manufacturers promise a greater mileage, like 80 miles to the gallon, or 60 miles to the gallon, or 50 miles to the gallon. And when you actually drive the car after you've bought it, you find out it's only like 20 or 25, because the conditions in which they tested and got that number was drastically different than your everyday life. And that kind of feels like being scammed. And that's the feeling that nobody wants to have. So avoid those kinds of scenarios. Now, at the beginning of this particular modules, I had set up some expectations with you regarding what you'll exactly get out of this product management course. So I'd love for you to give us feedback in the form of your reviews out of the five and leave your comments that help us a lot. So we would love for you to actually give us a review whether we delivered on the expectations that we had set up with you. And finally, I'd like to also mention that as you go out and deliver on your promises, make sure that you document those, get great reviews from your customers, and continue that dialogue and keep managing that expectations and continue to deliver amazing and great products for everyone. Thank you so much.